Hey guys, welcome back. Had another busy week this week, so that's why I'm just now getting around to even paying attention to the Dubai tournament and everything. I've been looking on Instagram and stuff like that, but I haven't been paying too close attention just because of the week being so busy. I promise I'm going to try to learn how to balance all of this, but again, these busy weeks kind of came on very suddenly. And I do have another one next week, so I don't believe I have a tournament coming up next week though. So I think we're gonna be off for like a couple weeks, and then I'll have another one. I think it's Indian Wells, which is next. So I don't want to waste any more time though. Let's get into the Doha final. So as you can see, Amanda Anisimova took the tournament last week from Ostapenko. Ostapenko had a fantastic week leading up to. There were a lot of upsets during this tournament, and you're going to see in Dubai here in a second that didn't really change. But we'll get to that in a minute. But here are the match stats and the final results for the match last weekend. Yeah, it was fairly close, back and forth. There's a couple times where it was raining and the players had to leave the court, or not fully leave the court, but they just weren't playing for a little bit, and then it kind of stopped and they resumed play, and it was all good. But congratulations to Amanda Anisimova, who's an American. She took her first WTA 1000 title, and she's doing great on that. Even though she and Ostapenko both lost early in this next tournament, Dubai. I do believe that she is going to be one to watch throughout the rest of the year. So now let's take a look at Dubai. I'll show you the bracket, and you're going to see not a ton of changes. It's going to be very similar to what you saw last week with Doha. Apparently my sister thinks that's funny. Anyway, so you're gonna see some similar failings, I guess. And obviously for the second tournament in a row, whoever I picked to play in the final of the tournament, they weren't not even there. So let's take a look, guys. Here is the bracket for the Dubai 2025 tournament. As you can see, I do have some players in yellow here. I do believe, once again, it is the top 8 seeds. They got byes, so they're automatically into the second round. The thing is, they were all upset, and these top 10 players, top 8 seeds, but they're in the top 10 in the rankings. They have had some struggles over the past couple of weeks, especially following the Australian Open. Sabalenka's been struggling. Swiatek, once again, has been struggling. Rybakina has been struggling. Even though Rybakina did make it all the way to the semifinals, you would expect her to make it to the finals, and she hasn't been able to get there yet. So we've had these upsets happening pretty rampantly over the past couple of tournaments, and with Indian Wells coming up here pretty soon, these top players are going to want to try to fix their games so that they don't get upset there and lose points. But anyway, I'll give you a quick look again at the pickings and also the percentages. Keep in mind that I did not factor in in the first round. I did not factor in the first round. I mean second round. First round that I was counting. I did not factor in the 8 buys because technically they don't count. They're already there. They do get factored in though, as you can see once they actually start playing. So had a little bit better luck in the round of 16, but then I collapsed here in the quarterfinals and semifinals, and predicting the final was just apparently not my thing. So I have my money on Mira Andreeva to win this tournament. She has been excellent throughout this entire tournament, beating top 10 players, including Iga Swiatek. That's the big one. That's probably the biggest win of her entire life, is beating Swiatek. Swiatek, though she will be good at times on hard court, she did extremely well in the Australian Open, getting all the way to the semifinals. She also did well last tournament in Doha, but she was also knocked out in the semifinals. Swiatek, yeah, I mean she's been struggling. She will this time she was knocked out in the quarterfinals, so by Andreeva. Iga's best surface is clay, so if we're gonna look for her to do extremely well, it's gonna be in the next couple of months. Rybakina, though, Rybakina's best service, I would say, is grass. Though she will do well on hard courts and on clay, she does extremely well on grass. So look for her to hopefully pop out of the woodworks soon, but also look for that to happen in July, especially at Wimbledon. But that won't be for a while. So, again, that's 5 months away. And then Sabalenka as well. Sabalenka is struggling on her best surface, the hard courts. She is the hard court queen. She did incredibly well hard court season last year. She did incredibly well hard court season the year before. And yeah, I mean, it's just I think for her right now it's very confusing as to why she cannot win these important matches. She lost in the second round to Towson, as you can see, somebody she played in the Australian Open. But, you know, she, I guess, was just not on her A game that particular match. So I would say look for Sabalenka to have an incredible tournament here in the next few weeks. She tends to find ways to push herself even harder when she is struggling. So, there's the bracket. I have Andreeva winning the tournament just because I think she is getting close to being a top 10 player. Towson can be as well. I just don't know that she will do enough to defeat Andreeva, who's been on absolute fire this week. So we'll see. But I've got Andreeva winning this tournament tomorrow. Alright guys, so that's it for this video. Of course, the big question going into tomorrow's final is what is going on with these top 10 players losing these big matches in these big tournaments? And what can they do to get back on their A game, the game that put them into the top 10? And also, can Towson beat Andreeva? I don't know about that. Andreeva has been on absolute fire all week long. I've got my money on her, not real money, but I'm just gonna say that I think she's gonna win. Just because of her style of play. of course, Ostapenko was on fire last week, all week, and then she played Anisimova in the final and lost it. So who knows what's going to happen, but I think Andreeva is going to put up a serious fight. She's just going to keep the momentum that she has. She can do that. She's extremely young. And yeah, so I hope you guys enjoy the final tomorrow if you're able to watch. It starts at 9 a.m. Central Time. Unfortunately, I do not have the network to be able to watch the actual match, but I will be watching Cam Williams, which is, the channel that inspired me to do all this. So, anyway, I hope you guys have a great weekend, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.